All right, we're rolling. So Jared Rockhold, man.
We're here.
I know, brother.
Man.
I guess we'll start off with the basics. Go ahead and
Okay.
tell us where you're from, where you're born and raised, and how you got here.
Yeah. Okay. So I am from Oklahoma City originally. I'm 37. So born and raised there. I spent a lot of time in Oklahoma City. Went to school there, and then I think it was 2005. We moved to Edmond, Oklahoma. So which is like just a suburb of Oklahoma City. Like it'd be like Burleson is to Cleveland.
Okay, got you.
So in Edmond, I was there for junior, senior year of high school. Um, I always traveled down here. Let's kind of take a minute to get this backstory correct.
Oh, you're good.
So I always traveled down here. My uncle, Phil Donaldson, lives here down in Grandview. And growing up, he had a ranch. He worked for different ranches, and then he worked for David Waldrop, David's grocery stores.
Okay, yeah.
So David Waldrop had a registered Angus operation, and my uncle ran that. So I'd come down in the summers, and I was in Grandview, Cleburne, in this area every year, involved in that. And then, I'm trying to think of the chronological order. But growing up, we did that forever. And then when I graduated high school, um, I came down here for a year, lived with him, worked on his stuff. So he trains cutting horses. He's done that for, I believe it's been 23 years now.
Oh, that's fun.
So he's been in the cutting horse game for a long time. And I moved down here, lived with him for a year, went to Hill College, started doing that, did government class and all that there. And I can't remember his name, we had a phenomenal government class teacher. I mean, I learned more from him in 6 months than I've probably learned about government or anything in my entire life. I wish I could remember his name, but the school program at Hill College was awesome. So I did that, and then moved back to Oklahoma. Went to Oklahoma Christian University. Short stint there. I realized that I wasn't a college person. I've always worked for myself. I started mowing lawns when I was 14. I wanted to have cars. I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money. So I just found a way to buy my own stuff. And that's been my MO my whole life, is just find a way to make something happen. And so moved back there, Oklahoma Christian. I went for accounting and economics. I didn't finish. I wasn't a big school person. And interestingly enough, my economics teacher, Ken Miller, he was state treasurer for Oklahoma for
Okay.
quite a while. He pulled me aside one day and he said, "Hey, man, I don't know that this is for you. I don't know if school's for you." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Your brain and the way that you process information, the way you think, and your work ethic, start something. Go try. Go do something." He said, "I'm a teacher, but I also recognize other people's avenues in life, and go do it. Go try." So I took that and ran with it. Um, so I mowed lawns, and then ended up getting out of that, and I started building fence. So all kinds of fence. I mean, from chain link to iron to wood to whatever you can think of, regular stuff to commercial, and that transformed into specializing in custom work. So building driveway gates, building pergolas and decks, anything that had an artistic touch to it that was hard for most companies to achieve because of the work involved and what it takes to design is what I did. And I did that for a long time. I don't know how many years, 10, 11 years. And it felt like forever, but I enjoyed the design and the challenge of taking somebody's thoughts and being able to make it something.
Yeah.
And then adding your own flair to it. And so that's been what I've always been good at. And I'm a certified welder. I'm certified in structural, MIG, TIG, and stick. So 70-18, 60-11, different rods. I built an anti-tank barrier in Kings Bay, Georgia,
No, that's fun.
at a naval base. Kings Bay is a nuclear submarine base, and did that. Built custom bollards. They know those bollards that shoot up out of the ground, like to stop a semi.
Yeah.
We installed those at the Atlanta Braves Stadium, their newer one.
Right on.
We did that, so that was a pretty interesting deal. A lot of just fabrication having to be, you're showing up and like you get a job like that, and your checks and balances is you yourself. Make sure you're getting up. Make sure you're on the job on time. Yeah, you have inspectors and all that stuff, but for the most part, it's your own name on it, and what do you want your name to look like? And so that's how I proceeded with everything I did.
Yeah, for sure.
Went from that, I drag raced a lot my whole life. Being from Oklahoma City, that was a big deal. I don't know if anybody, like, or you've seen the Street Outlaw show was on Discovery Channel for forever.
I have not, but
So I was on that. I grew up around those guys, and that's what I love was cars, trucks, something that moved, equipment. So drag racing was a big part of that, intermixed in there, and that was a passion of mine for a long time, and went to a lot of that. I won't dive off into that too far. Went from there, and then eventually we moved to Texas. My wife works for the Air Force. She's been there, I think it's been like 5 years now. And finally she was able to move. So we have a lot of family here, like my uncle, like I talked about, Phil Donaldson, my aunt, Elizabeth, that he's married to, and then my cousins, and my mom's sister lives down here in Weatherford area. My sister and her husband live in Grandview. He is a firefighter in Dallas. Been there for, I think it's 18 years now.
oh, wow.
So he's been at multiple stations there, and he's been a big influence on, character, what you're doing, and the firefighter community in general, which plays into some of my belief system and how I operate. Taking care of those guys to take care of us. But so they've lived here forever. Lyden Reed is his name.
Okay.
He grew up here, so went in Cleburne, then went to Grandview, and they still live around here. So I have a ton of roots here. I didn't get here that quick,
Yeah.
but here we are, and we moved down here. It's been a couple years ago now, just over 2 years ago. We live on the east side of Cleburne, and so when I got here, I started up my own cattle stuff. So me and my brother-in-law, Lyden, there for a minute, we were gathering things up. We had cattle on the Beaumont Ranch in Grandview, leasing that and building an operation. So we raise Akuushis, which means red cow in Japanese.
Gotcha.
So it's a red Wagyu, and got that going. That turned into kind of my the same passion I had for drag racing and cars. So I don't know, it's weird. Turned into cows.
And the cows, yeah.
Right? So the cows, like, that's my comfort zone. Get stressed out and all that. Go sit with the cows for a minute. You know what they're gonna do. They want water and food. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of baby them a little too much, maybe. Some of them are like dogs. You can go hand feed them and walk around, and but that turned into that for me. So we started doing that, and then the opportunity presented itself to buy the RV park at the Beaumont Ranch. It existed, it wasn't finished, and it was like overgrown, and it just, needed everything, needed a rehab. And so made a deal with them, bought the RV park. We've been working on it for, I don't know, it's been almost a year now. Rehabbing it, getting it ready. We got some tenants in there. We're not quite done, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
So that's, taking my knowledge of infrastructure and construction and all the things I've done and putting that into that. So, I didn't hire people to do all of it. I hired some help, but, out there physically in the excavator, digging trenches, putting the water lines in, putting the sewer in, doing the electrical work, putting those things in that require so you can live there. Did all that. It was like 2,500 feet of 2-inch water line. And then another like 2,300 and some change of 4-inch sewer line and all the things that go into that. So we've the ability to go in there and do it for what I can afford.
Yeah.
Not there's nobody backing me. I don't have family money that's going to come and save me somehow.
Yeah, I understand.
So making it happen. So the RV park, the cattle operation is still going good. We've got a bunch of stuff here in Cleburne now. Fortunately, we got the ability to obtain a lease here, kind of pretty much behind the new Amazon facility.
Okay.
And run cows there and plant, a mixture of seed, so wheat and different things to put them on to help the calves grow. So that's been really great the last few months, really. I started a company, a different name in Texas here because it was so hard to get an Oklahoma name moved down here. So anyways, I started Rockhold Cattle and Construction with the help of Blake Jones. He is extremely good and intelligent when it comes to paperwork, the government, how to file things, how to do it correctly and get it done quick, and to get it done quick. And so I told him, hey, I need to do this. And I mean, we had it done in, I don't know, a day.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, all right. But he knew where to go, who to talk to, how to get it done. And so I was like, if you're going to offer, I'm going, let's go do it.
Right.
And then that turned into, since January, Texas Urban Putt. It's a new business going in on Caddo. It's at 108 South Caddo in Cleburne. 2-story building. It's indoor putt downstairs. And then we got a little miniature bar down there and a game room. We're putting an elevator in. That's a new experience. That's a highly regulated situation, so it's it's an anomaly. Everything else is going quick, and then I got the elevator. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. We're figuring it out. We got a good guy on that now. Upstairs is a full restaurant, bar, and 2 golf simulators. We're putting in 2 golf simulator rooms, private rooms. So we've got a setup to where for Cleburne, you're going to have a restaurant that is the meat is going to be fantastic. It's coming from me.
Nice.
So the red Wagyu, we're going to have affordable, Wagyu burgers, steaks, fillets, ribeyes, all that stuff. But you'll be able to get regular bar food and have that vibe that you would go to, say you're driving to Burleson or Fort Worth to get that kind of a date night or just that, I don't know how to describe it, like a downtown New York vibe,
Yeah.
You got the brick walls and the bar's legit and the seating's nice and it's got that vibe. We're putting that in here in Cleburne. Mm-hmm. And I was fortunate enough to get that job. So I'm the GC on it. So everything is going through me. And the owners have been fantastic to work for. And I couldn't be more thankful. And tying all that together and where I'm at and what I'm doing, to me, is because of my faith. I have gone up and down in life and become where I'm at now, in my opinion, because of Jesus. And
Agreed.
He has held my hand, and I've messed up, and He's brought me back. And that's the one thing I can say: it's never left me or failed me. And so, what I've been able to do, the talent that I've been given, all comes from that. And I just want to sharpen the knife and be better
Yeah.
And I tell the guys that work for me, I've had a guy working for me for over a year now. His name's Owen. He's kind of my right-hand guy, and I tell him all the time, we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. And if we can just get 1% better every day, every week, however you want to look at it, that 1%, if it's a week, that's 52% better at the end of the year.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That's one of my big things too is, I try to be better today than I was yesterday. And that's all we can do,
Exactly. So finding that just 1%, man. And so correlating that back to the city of Cleburne. What are we doing that's progress? What are we doing that gives us that percentage of increase? And doing it right. So if we're looking at 1% a day, that's 365% the year. And I think it's achievable. We have a great community, a great city. We have the opportunity, because we haven't grown too much yet, that we can right now is that adjustment period of do it right, figure out where we're going. So one of my old mentors is telling me, he goes, you need to figure out who you are. So as a team, who are we? Where are we going? And how are we going to get there? And not having a plan of what that looks like is not going to work. And for us, and I'm going to speak on Blake a lot because Blake's one of my good friends.
Yeah.
That he's really what talked me into running for city council. Meeting him and that connection and his drive. Excuse me. His drive and what he wants to see it happen. And like we have kids that are almost the same age. I have one that's real young. I've got a 10-year-old and a 3-year-old. But what's Cleburne going to look like for them? Mm-hmm. I want to stay here. I thoroughly enjoy it. We've got awesome people. I never in a million years would have thought I'd leave Oklahoma. And that's a fact. Family here and all that, but like I was born and raised there. Yeah. But once I got here and got in the community and met guys like you and Blake and Michael Hammond and all these great people, I was like, okay, this is a team, right? There's a lot of guys that work together that want to see the best and want each person to do better. You're pushing to do better. I'm pushing to do better. So all these guys you talk to, we're all, late 30s, early 40s. And I'm 37. You say you're almost 42.
I'll be 42 pretty soon.
Blake's 36. Just had his birthday party the other night.
Yeah.
We're at that point, man. We're like, we can make something happen now. We're not too young where people are like, wait a minute, man, I don't know. You're mid-20s. We have enough life experience where we can go, hang on a minute. This could be better.
For sure.
We could do this. We could do better here. And that experience, that growth that you go through from messing up and the trials and the tribulations and the wins makes you a contributing factor. So, but yeah, I went off track there. But meeting Blake, man, he goes, well, where do you live? And I was like, man, I live over there off North England, He goes, well, you ever consider running for office? I'm like, no, I'm not a politician, man. I build stuff and I mess with cows and now I'm good. Like that's all I want to do. And he goes, well, here's the thing. Coming up, this was a year ago at my son's birthday party. That's how we met. Mm-hmm. He showed up because his son's in the same grade. And anyways, he's like, well, here's the deal. We need people that have experience, have that construction knowledge, and have a vision and have a drive to push forward. And we're at it. And he went through the whole thing, and his knowledge is so high in what's going on It's almost hard to follow.
Yeah,
you know?
Sometimes I get in the weeds. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, dude.
Explain that.
Yeah, we need to pause and come back to this in a minute because you're above my pay grade. But so that passion pushed off on me, and we kept talking about it, and the time came. And so, interestingly enough, true story, I have been registered to vote, okay, in Hill County since 2008. Hill County. I didn't even think anything of it. I'm like, been registered to vote there forever. I mean, 2008. That's when I lived with my uncle, right? And I decided I'll do it. I run for office because one of the things that, as a Jesus follower, is service of others and doing things for people and not expecting anything back. Right. You're just doing it for the better of your community and the betterment of your fellow man. And doesn't matter what they look like. Jesus loves everybody, not just me, not just you. It's everybody. And so they're taking that. I said, all right, maybe I'm actually called to do this. Maybe we met for a reason, right? And we'll put our foot forward and we'll go to work and see what we can accomplish. And the opportunities presenting themselves to work on my own and be an entrepreneur, which is about all I've ever done. I'm not sure I've ever really had a real job. If you classify working for my uncle a real job, that's about it. Cleaning horse stalls, feeding horses, breaking horses.
Honestly, being an entrepreneur, man, that's like having 5 jobs.
Right. Yeah, it is. But like a regular, you got a boss, go clock in, and go home thing. Like I've never really done that. And but doing those things and being led to a position to where I have what I have going on, I can leave. We got guys at the job site. If I need to go do something, I can go take care of it. If I need to answer the phone, I can answer the phone. And so guys are in that position, like Blake is also, where, he's got his own companies. He's got things going on where we have that time to put that due diligence in. I think is critical for the future. Yeah. And someone reaching out to me from my district and being able, I'm going to get with you, right? I can make that happen.
Yeah.
Where if I had a regular 9 to 5 situation, that's going to be really hard. Where if I'm on the road all the time, I can't make that happen. So in the position we're in, we have the ability to give back some of that time and some of that knowledge and money. This deal's free.
Yeah.
And it costs money. It costs time. Time is money.
It is. For sure it is.
Time away from your family.
And that's the one that you can't get that back either.
No. You can't buy it.
It's the most precious thing that there is.
Yeah. You can't buy it. It's invaluable. And time with your family and your kids and all that. So managing those things, but being able to have supportive wives like I do and like Blake does, and Mark Wiki, who's running in District 1, he's unopposed. But having wives like that, shout out to my wife, Esther, that's her name. She's got the old school Bible name. The support system, and they know what we're trying to do and why, because our heart's in the right spot.
Yeah. And
that makes it, you can't do it without it.
I 100% agree, man. Without my wife being supporting me with this, I'm coming up here in the evenings and after work, and I did Blake yesterday on this thing, so I was up here all night. I'm up here tonight. I'll be up here tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I'm going to do fishing poles for kids. I'm going to go help Chris Lathers hand out fishing poles and tie hooks and all that stuff.
And it's like the support to allow, and I say allow because they run the household. I'm just trying to figure out how to help them, my wife, and allow us to go chase our dreams and to help people. And it's a big deal. So, having that support system makes a big difference. Like we all know that. I just want to make sure it's not diminished that the women, Without
It's-
them,
yeah, it's a
without
big
them,
part.
we're in trouble. You know,
100%, 100%.
we are in trouble.
I keep us out of trouble too sometimes.
A lot. Yeah, yeah, 100%. So that's that's kind of my background, man. And the reason I want to do this is I see the need. And John Ward, he's been in there, I think, 30 years in District
Long
4.
time,
Long
yeah.
time. He's done some great things. And the John Warren Sports Complex, right? Taking care of parks. And he's done a lot of things that have helped the community out. So going forward, what can we do to build off of that platform and keep going, keep the ball rolling in the right direction and not go backwards? There's a lot. And so the east side is kind of like we all call it the east side. I mean, everybody does, right? So we're going to, District 4, the east side. We're going to go with that. There's kind of this thing of like the east side is, there's nothing else left to do over there, right? And that's kind of the feedback you get. And the way I see it, living there and talking to people and being around my neighbors, it's not it. There's still land over there to be developed. There's a lot of really hardworking people. The community itself, I mean, you got a lot of taxpayers over there. I mean, so for anybody else to go back and say, well, the east side is just the east side and we're moving this direction over here. All right. We got directions going everywhere, but let's not forget that there's a lot of potential over here. There's a lot that can happen. Like there's different things that can be developed. There's different things that can happen. But we've got to start with maintenance and figuring out how to fix the problems we already have.
Yeah.
Railroad crossings over there. Railroad, the whole east side. Not the best. It's terrible. I drive a 1-ton truck all the time. And if you hit a couple of railroad crossings too fast, the whole back end's coming up off the ground. Your back's getting messed up, and we can do better. That's something to address. The school bus stops where the kids gather in the mornings, and I pass them all the time. There's nothing there. There's no signage. There's no, hey, slow down. There's kids. Nothing. And then you've got these trees that are overgrown that has been put on the people to maintain, which, okay, kind of. It's in their yard, but it's in the right of way, right? It's in the road. We can't cut the trees, make it safe.
Right.
Like if you drive something down through there, like if I got my trailer and I'm pulling an excavator behind it, I'm trimming trees the whole way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Uniquely.
yeah. So small stuff, make it nicer, it's more eye appealing, it's safer. Bus stops that actually make sense for kids. And that's the whole community, but where I live, the roads are narrower, right? It's older part of town. There's not as much space, and that's an easy take care of the kids. Everyone agrees with that,
100%.
So that's simple. That's easy, real world. It can happen quickly things. Instead of going and, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, stuff that might take us 8 years to accomplish.
Yeah.
Great. Let's look at those things. Let's work towards them. But what are we going to do now? That's what I want to see. I don't want to drive past 40 kids on the side of the road and not know they're there until I'm 20 feet from them because I can't see them for the trees and there's no signage. So in my mind, taking things as a proactive look at it. Okay, here's our short term. Here's our long term. Here's our mid range. But that's all defining, again, who are we? Where are we going? How are we going to get there? So we've got about, 40,000 people in Cleveland right now?
Something like that almost, I think.
Yeah. So where I grew up at and so Oklahoma City and then Edmond. So Edmond was about the same thing. 45,000 people back in 2005, 2007 era. I graduated in '07. Now it's huge. The schools, fantastic. Everyone wants to move there. So, but they took the approach. And so Blake has talked a lot about like NEZs and neighborhood empowerment zones and different things to do. So taking that approach and saying, okay, we want this over here, and here's the direction we want to move. And that's not just our opinion. That's putting some plans together, put it to a vote.
Yeah, put it to the public. Yeah,
Right. Let the people
decide.
what we are decide.
I like that.
That's the power, right? So, and okay, here's a few plans. What do we like, don't like? Let's vote on it. People show up. And if we vote on it and we find a direction that the majority like, okay, then that's what we need to start planning on. And then we can start, this is who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to plan on, how we're going to get there. So that, to me, the chronological order of regular business, right? Being a business owner, you can't just run out there and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you mean you can. It's probably not going to go well.
Yeah.
Redoing a historic building downtown, right? Plans. That's the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Engineers, the foundation ain't too hot, right? How are we going to fix that? Number one, foundation. If you're not good, you're not good. And then next, all right, water lines. What do those look like? Oh, by the way, they're cast iron and rotted out. Perfect. Now we know from here to here, we got to fix this problem. Otherwise, that building, that business, what are you going to do? Nothing. We ain't got no water.
Mm-hmm.
The walls falling apart. Perfect. Safety hazard. So we got to address things from the bottom up.
Mm-hmm.
And relay that back east side again. I went to the budget meeting. And not saying I understand all of it, because, I haven't been involved in how exactly they do it. But when you look at it and you study it, it shows east side on there. And it literally says east side drainage. Okay? It's a 5-year plan. All right? And we're talking about I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. I remember it's $300-something million in the next 5 years, right?
Oh, wow. That's a big number.
Big number. That's city, right? That's the whole city. East side, there's no project listed for the east side besides the east side drainage project of $650,000 and one for $250,000. Now, so less than $1 million, 900 grand to the east side, and that's it. Out of $300-something million. Okay?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Right? People paying property tax. We got people over there on that side working their tails off, and that's what we're doing. We're just going to fix some drainage stuff, maybe. Now, that doesn't fall off the budget for like the next 4 years. So when does it actually happen?
Yeah.
I don't have any idea. Where are the plans for it? No. Like, and what are we doing? So the money being allocated for drainage, which is cool, drainage, great, that's awesome. We need that. There's problems for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's like this little minute portion, and then so water over there. A lot of the water lines, old, right? So the house that I live in right now, it's a historic house. I mean, it's 100 years old.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those.
Oh, yeah, for sure. England's packed full of them.
Yeah. I mean, that side. What are we going to do for water distribution? How are we going to make sure that those pipes are going to last? What's the sewer look like? The roads over there, some of them are okay. England's not bad. It's been redone recently. But again, since I've lived on England, the road was good, right? Well, then we come in and now we're tearing the road up in sections to fix problems that should have been fixed and addressed ahead of time.
Yeah.
But they weren't. And so now we've got patches, potholes. Mm-hmm. And so we just ruined portions of our investment that the taxpayers paid, by not having the structure correct.
Without planning correctly.
Right. And again, I wasn't there for the planning and all that stuff. But when we're digging up clay pipe out of the ground for water lines or whatever else may have you, we probably knew that was there. I didn't, but the city as a whole, right? The government, yeah, that was put in 1930. You know what I mean? So are we addressing it? How are we going to do it? That's like reverse of if I go build a building, that's the first things that happen. And we're just, throw it in there, you're fine. So I just don't agree with that. And I think there's a lot better option now to achieve that goal. You got to have a team. And right now, fortunately, we've got Mark Wicke that's obviously going to win. And he's been instrumental in helping me to campaign. And we've got Blake, win or lose, he's in there, right? Hopefully he wins, in my opinion, just because I can see and he's pliable to how we can make things work. It's not he's right.
Yeah.
It's, okay, what's the best option? Let's look at this as a group and create a plan. So that's a good leader. And then we've got the ability, and I don't want to throw it out there too hard, but hopefully if we get in there, you might run again.
Yeah, Blake was hitting me pretty hard with that about that last night too. I don't know. We'll have to see, man. We'll have to see.
Well, the knowledge base and what you know and what you've done in your professional career, but the team side of those things is what we're after. That allows us to progress, and that's what we need. Like, if we're going to actually put things in play, guess what, y'all? The mayor's one vote. There's 4 council members.
Yep, and the mayor's one vote.
The mayor's one vote. He's not the president.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to executive order this tax change, or I'm going to executive order this or that, which there's maybe some merits to both sides, but you can't do it on a city level. And as a team, well, now we're talking. How do we move things in the right direction? Well, we have guys in there, women, whoever runs in the future, they work together, that have a progress mentality and want the voters to have a choice and a right on how we're going to do it. What's it look like?
Yeah.
What's future Cleburne in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? What's that look like? What do we want? I don't have all the answers. I can tell you I love downtown Cleburne, the historic side of it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's preserve that, right? Let's make it achievable for businesses to come in and utilize those spaces. For instance, this is going to get off in the weeds, but...
Well, we got plenty of time, brother.
All right. The building downtown that we're working on right now. All right. The main water lines are across Caddo. On the other side, TxDOT Road. Yeah? So people I work for now, my boss that owns the building, so me, because I'm the GC, are required to bring that water line across the TxDOT Road and put a fire hydrant in. Now, as I've stated, I have a firefighter in my family. Safety of firefighters is utmost important to me. Totally, 100% agree. 100% agree. There should be a fire hydrant right there. No qualms. Problem. It's about a $200,000 project to mess with that TxDOT Road and bring that water line under.
To bore under it?
Yeah. I have to have TxDOT permitting. It's a long process as well. From my research, again, could be wrong, but from what my research is, I'm trying to not overstate. Just the permitting is $25,000.
Oh, wow.
So from a business standpoint, you're not. You spend $150,000-$200,000 on this fire hydrant, you're not making that money back. It's gone.
It's gone.
So as a small business and future businesses that want to come here because of what we want to develop, we're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Well, why would I spend that? I got to spend $1 million to fix this thing, to fix the building.
Yeah, just
to utilize the space.
Alone,
They're not going to spend that. So key problem. The infrastructure is not there to afford the growth that pays the path for those buildings that are historic that we want to see stay, be renovated, to be worked over, to be put in a position where they can last another 100 years, 120 years, right? So that's a problem. We got to figure out how we're going to solve that. Like, there's multiple buildings. Like, so you look at the Chambers Street side, same problem. They can't use the upstairs. They're two-story buildings. You can't use them.
Yeah, you can't use them. Yeah,
you can't. There's not enough. There's the egress and ingress isn't there, right? You got to have two staircases. Totally, and then all these things make sense.
Yeah,
right. The fire hydrant, the water line, the fire suppression. All of those make sense. Nobody's arguing with it. But how do you get it?
Yeah.
What's it cost? Well, that sets back because it's not a attainable thing. So in order for those things to happen and progress, we've got to look for solutions and find a way to solve it. Now, do the taxpayers need to pay for that? I don't really think so. But can we use a different form of tourism tax?
Yeah.
Or something else like a hot tax? Maybe. Could we be as simple as per transaction, it's a 2-cent additional until this is paid back, right? So use the revenue as it's coming wisely and put those things in place, which then, so if I put that fire hydrant in, guess what it does? It allows anything within 75 feet of that to now meet compliance. Mm-hmm. So the empty lot where the building fell down, because it couldn't be repaired because it went too far, that lot is now in compliance if we do this. So as we keep moving, how are we going to get there means we've got to have the stuff in place to support the growth. And that doesn't mean we're getting huge. That means you want to see restaurants, you want to see things to do downtown, you want to see Cleveland do something past 7:30 at night. Because I've worked there until midnight before, and you get past around 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's just ghost town.
There's nobody there. So the tax dollars are leaving. The sales tax, the revenue that we're trying to build off of, right? The platform. Because property tax, they ain't going to get it. And it's a problem for everybody. I'm a business owner and a property owner. Like, man, yeah, it's rough. So, but the platform, we're not using the space we already have.
Yeah.
Right? So, Mug on the Square, right? Great people. We've talked to them. We did a meet and greet event there. They have a great business. They're a wonderful family. They can't use the second floor in that building.
Yeah, because they have the elevator, right? That's got to be ADA compliant.
Water.
Yeah.
Fire suppression. Well, to have fire suppression, you got to have water pipe big enough to support said fire suppression. So instead of having downtown living, maybe small apartments or something that supplements that income and adds that extra value to our downtown, it's nothing. Nothing. It's just a storage unit that's got junk in it. I don't know what's up there. I'm just speaking in theoreticals, sure. But it's not usable space. So all this real estate, right? People talk about, and I'm with you, we want to kind of keep that small town feel, right? Mm-hmm. We want to grow, but like, hey, it's still Cleveland. It's still what we are. We're not trying to be something we're not.
Yeah.
But utilize what we have. We can't fix those downtown buildings. We can't add things in there. We can't utilize the square footage we already have because these problems aren't addressed. And it's not going to change unless we do it. La Fiesta burned down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Down there on Main. What's one of the main causes of why he didn't rebuild it? Same thing. Water. Fire hydrant. supply lines. Well, it kicks you out. Now we got an empty lot. Could have had a brand new restaurant. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost like for me growing up, we went there after church on Sundays a lot. The buffet, off the chain. Like I went there so many times when I was here growing up. Like that staple's gone. Right now they've got some things going on in the Chisholm Trail Smokehouse, which is wonderful. I'm glad they did it. I mean, I've been eating over there.
I love their flautas.
You don't look like this without pushing past full. You know what I'm saying? So, but now we have an empty lot, no new restaurant, and that's gone. That sales tax, not what it could be. Mm-hmm. It's not supportive of what we want to do and where we want to go. So when we look at the simple things like that, and I say simple, it's complex, but there's an answer. We got to find a way to do it. Mm-hmm. And jumping around, and we want to add homes. We want to do it in the right way. We want the right builders. We want people that care about the community. They're going to build a quality product.
Right. Yeah.
Not selling homes to first-time home buyers, and the home's a pile of junk. They don't know what they're buying. Mm-hmm. They just saw a pretty facade.
Yeah, it looks new.
It looks good. It's brand new, right? But their investment is not secure at all. So, and they're constantly having to spend money. I've seen it in construction. I know what it looks like, and you can go look at some of these places that are being built, and you're like, good grief, man. For $350,000, $400,000, this is what you get?
That's pretty crazy.
The cabinets won't close right? What?
Yeah.
Right?
I'd be pretty pissed if I bought a new house
water
and that
spigot
happened.
leaks. Like, the brick is already cracking. The foundation's junk. Like, the electrical system's not right. It's very... When you really just look at look, hang on. Let's pause. Let's stop. Everybody calm down. And let's reset. This is not what we want to do. So let's focus on what we have. Fix what you have first, right? Mm-hmm. Without that foundation, without fixing what we have first, taking care of the people that already live here, the future is not going to look right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We're leaving everybody behind chasing whatever else there is out there. Now, yeah, we want to do some stuff like the ballpark, right? Stuff around it. All of that's achievable, doable, but it's like every conversation that's had that I've been around, we're just, it's already here. Don't worry about it. We're over there. The conversations that me and Blake have had and Mark Wiki have had, and that group, that's not the conversation. It's, hang on, like a business. If you want to expand a business, right, and the core is messed up, your core values are messed up, you can't take care of what you already have, you're not serving the customers you already have correctly, well, what you're going to do trying to grow is get a big old loan, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to spend the money on marketing and campaigning, whatever you want to call it, new equipment, all these things, and you're going to have all this work. But what happens when you don't serve who you have and your customers that you already have and that clientele base, because word of mouth is stronger than anything else.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Still to this day, in the era we're in, it's still stronger than anything else. It's like almost guaranteed clients, word of mouth. Like, hey, that guy, great. That city, great. Without that, what are you doing? You're going to fail.
Yeah.
You're going to go bankrupt. And that company is now gone. So looking at it from that strategy of this is what I've always done, is find a way to build something. Taking those core principles, is all stays the same. City's a business. Mm-hmm. It makes money or it doesn't. But that you've got to fix and maintain what's already here. Simple. Like, yeah, it's a lot of work, but without going in and having a plan, and not like, we can't be afraid to say no. Mm-hmm. Nah, this doesn't fit what we like, what we want here in our community. No, it's not hard. Everybody can say it. No.
Yeah, pretty
Doesn't
easy.
always feel good, but yeah, you can say no. Let's do that. No, we're not ready for that. By the way, we're gonna budget and we're gonna adjust and we're gonna go in here and solve these other areas.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where we are. This is who we are, and this is where we're going. Establish that core foundation. Establish downtown, which is what, there's programs that Blake's been working his tail off on for the city, for First Street stuff, and for downtown rehabilitation, and to create these programs that allow a business owner to take advantage of some of that to build something nicer than what they could have done or not at all. They can actually, it's achievable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's what this is all about. Asking the people too. So we did some block walking the other day, talking. I say customers. Sorry, business mind, right? Talking to citizens, and we went over there. We're on the east side. We're walking around, and we go by a park over there where the basketball court is and all that. Nobody knows what the plaque name says on it. The park is known as the Cage. Okay, it's the Cage. Been there forever. There's a history of people coming to play there that WNBA players, NBA players, Division I prospect players, like ridiculous history behind the Cage. All right. And that park got redone. What they didn't do, again, according to the citizens that we've talked to, and you can see it, the Cage was four-sided fenced-in basketball court, no out of bounds, and anybody not playing is behind the fence. It's real cut and dry. That's why it's called the Cage. Well, they got redone. A lot of nice renovations. There's some great seating area. There's some great landscaping. Problem. One whole lengthwise side of fence, not there anymore. It's 3 sides. And they moved the fence back off the court. And so now you've got this like gravel, weird, and loose patch of stuff that comes onto the court. And that whole fence is gone. It's not a cage.
It's not a cage anymore, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone, right? Simple answer to that is before you do it, send out a survey. Send out something to the people that utilize that facility, that side of town, and say, hey, we want to budget money for this project. We want to redo this park. Great news. Everybody loves that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to be doing. But what we didn't do as a city, whoever was in at that time, and I couldn't tell you exactly, so I'm not going to speak on it, didn't ask what everybody would like to see happen.
Yeah.
It just got done.
They just did it.
Now, the Cage and its history and that like stigma of like what it is, not there anymore. So, and for me, being from drag racing, there's like certain drag like tracks that are historical tracks. And if you want to improve them, but you want to leave, this is what it is, right?
Yeah.
There's a certain way it's done. There's a certain thing about it. So you got to have that, or it's not that. It's not that.
Yeah.
Now it's just a memory. When we could have done it right, so we can go in there and put a fence up. It's called a different park. Well, my thought process is if the community calls it the Cage, that's what it is. So leave the plaque. That's great. But let's put out for a design, for a sign that says the Cage on it. Let the community get involved. Let them create what they would like to see up there.
Yeah.
Right? Make a competition. Get the involvement from everybody else and make something for the community. Simple answer, but you've got to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you keep going, go down to Carver Park. There's a lot of improvements at Carver Park, and it's like it looks good. Well, the grass doesn't get the same maintenance as other places do. So you can't use the grass. There's too many stickers in it, too many burrs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play in the grass. Like, it's a park, right?
Yeah.
You've got your equipment out there to play on, but it's a park. It's What you're going to do is play in the grass, soccer,
Yeah.
football, touch football. So we all did growing up.
Oh yeah.
Barbecues, you're going to hang out, right? You can't use the grass. All right, let's address it. Like, it's achievable, it's doable, but you got to ask. So that's what my philosophy is: ask. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Go talk to people. Hey, what do you think? What do you see? Do you notice anything? And it didn't take us more than 30 minutes, like, to get those answers. By the way, let's go over here to the cage. It's not the cage, but it was. Oh, let's go to Carver Park. Let's check it out. And it wasn't long. That's something that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
That's achievable.
Right.
Instead of these other pipe dreams, let's focus on what we can do now to make it better before we try to keep pushing the buck forward.
Mm-hmm. So do you have any ideas? So I definitely want people to get more involved in the community. Mm-hmm. And actually, like, the voter turnout here in town is terrible.
It's weak.
It is so bad.
It's weak.
And so what kind of ideas do you have to try to get the community more involved and actually get out there and vote and get out there and state their opinions and get out there and actually give the ideas to you guys to make the bloom blossom, I guess, so to speak.
So, simple answer to that is, again, ask. So when you talk to people, and we all feel this type of way on a national level, right? Well, it doesn't really matter what I say. It doesn't really matter if I go vote, right? So you get that on a national. I felt that. I go vote. But I'm like,
Yeah.
Is it really going to matter? I don't know.
I think around here it does, though.
Right. So at a city level, a community level, it's enormous. Like, everything matters.
Mm-hmm.
Every vote matters. So when you have 42 people in District 4 show up to vote, a couple little things different changes the entire tide of history.
Mm-hmm.
And so it does matter. But then talking to people and letting them know that, hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but you and your family showing up for what you believe in actually makes a difference. And people don't feel that. They don't think that. It's just this way.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Well, at a local level, doesn't have to be. It can change. And the people still have power to do that. Now you got to get the right people in there, which means the right people got to show up to vote. They got to put their foot forward and say, this is what I want to see happen. Whether that's me or somebody else, right? Coming into office. Like, this isn't about pride for me at least. Like, this is about, we can do this. I mean, I'm not a politician at all. I never would do this in my life. But, like, thinking about it, like, no, wait a minute. This is doable. This is achievable. So people understanding that, bringing involvement, going and asking, going and talking to them. It's like taking hey, we got a little bit of free time. Let's go talk to the neighbor. Let's go talk to the neighbor a block down.
Right.
Right? Ask them. Tell them. That's what my theory is. Like, I don't have any good, like, magic wand, but, like, we can do that.
Yeah. What about
we can communicate?
What about some kind of, like, events or something?
Yeah.
Obviously I'm not trying to say anything immaculate, but, make it to where it's kind of inexpensive, but yeah, you put something to, have something at, where the cage is and have something at Carver Park, and you're just like, hey, we're just here to listen to you guys.
Yeah.
Actually talk and get your opinions on these different things.
Exactly. Putting together an outreach program and not just some mailer like, hey, we're actually doing this.
Hey, you can smoke some brisket down there, man.
Yeah, we can smoke some biscuits down there. Right. Yeah. And so in our conversations, we have met some guys that are a part of a deal called A Few Good Men. And they put events on. Like, they were doing an Easter egg hunt for kids, and it all comes out of their pockets. There's no funding, there's no government backing. It's just them doing the right thing for their community because they care. So, with that said, we need to be plugged in, and we need to show up. Why go to the event if the community is there? You know, it doesn't always work out perfect. We all have families and a life and a business, but somebody can show up, right? Whether it's me or Mark or Oliver Cosby right now in District 3, Blake, whoever, right? Derek Weathers. Somebody go. Like if we're there and present and reachable, not just on Facebook. You know, like, yeah, Facebook's a big thing and you can get a lot out of that, but like there's no personal touch.
I agree.
To Facebook.
I don't think it's a real place.
No, it's like a different realm. So let's go. Yeah. Invite me, right? As somebody running for office, especially if I'm elected, and send me a deal. Send it through Facebook. Text me. Whatever. Send me an invite. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's be a part of the community. Let's be reachable and out there to where our community, our neighbors know, hey, I can call this guy, right? I'm just a guy. Call me.
Yeah.
Text me. But if I'm there and they understand that, then yeah, we'll just call him up. We'll call Jared up, man. He might have an answer for us, or we can at least ask, right? That's what it's about. I want people to know we're not here for ourselves. We're here for our kids, for the future, and for our neighbors. Call me up. Just like I do you. Hey, Joey, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Got a question about this, this deal over here you might have some expertise on. That's it.
If I don't, I might know somebody.
You might know. Exactly. You might be able to at least point in the right direction.
Yeah.
Take the confusion out of it and get the thing on the right path, whatever that looks like. So doing things like that, asking the community, the sign for the cage gets people involved.
Right.
It's doable. It gets community involvement, people talking, people a part of the program, and that's something we can do. Doesn't cost a lot of money, and it's easy. So make it a thing, right? Going over, we went to the Eastside Community Center for bingo the other day. Just to go talk, hang out, shake hands, talk to people, hear them out. That stuff. They know, hey, here's a card. Holler at me.
Right.
Let me know.
Man, if you get an opportunity to come out Saturday, you should. I think right now they're worried about the rain on the fishing poles for kids thing.
Yeah.
There'll be probably at least 250 to 300 kids out there getting fishing poles, and their parents are going to be out there too. So, talking that way and doing things like that. So like just the idea that he had, he's not a 501(c) or anything like that. A nonprofit. He literally leans on the community to help him out and donate. Yeah. And that's something, that we can all look into as well. Like go out and, do some of our own kind of fundraising and donations, and then put on like some events like, what we had just talked about. Yeah. Just to pull the community together, man. It's like, hey, this doesn't cost anything. We literally just want you to come hang out and talk with us and tell your thoughts on the city and what you would like to see done. And, and maybe it won't happen, but maybe it will, you know what I mean? And that's the thing is if we can actually talk to people and get people more involved, get people out there voting, and just pull our community together and actually all work together instead of being on Facebook pissed off at each other all the time just because you think that this person, because they voted this way or they voted that way is somehow different from you, man. That's not true. That's not true. We're all people, man, just trying to make it. And we need to start giving each other a little more grace and come around and hang out and realize when you talk like this right here, you get to understand that like, hey, we're just people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all people. We're all flawed. We're not Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's it. It's just talking. Yeah. Being a part of each other. So being a team.
Yes,
as
exactly.
a community. Being a team. So what you guys are doing with the fishing poles for kids, and dude.
Well, I'm not really involved in that at all. Besides just
but
putting the word out there.
maybe not involved from a structure standpoint at the beginning, but you are involved because you're putting the word out there. You're a part of it. You're gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we all need. So there's your team. Like, as a community, as Cleburne, what pushes us forward better than that?
Right.
Nothing. Everybody shows up. Hey, man, what difference did we just make in all these lives? Which is, tremendous. Who knows what that plays off into in life? When I growing up, people do stuff for you. You remember that teacher.
Oh yeah.
That guy you looked up to. Somebody around that just took the time.
I agree.
Right. So what does that play off into? Man, that's what changes the world we live in. Is those things.
And where do we start?
Right.
Right here.
Right here. It's not far fetched.
It's really
you
not.
Just got to put the work into it,
and
have people with the right heart go in the right direction, and have some organization to it, and bam, here's this wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Right. So, man, it's all doable. That's the thing. That's what's exciting.
Yeah.
Like we talk about, there's all these different things, and how are we going to grow this, and how are we going to do that? Like, okay, yeah, if you really dive into it, you get bogged down. You're like, man, I don't know. It's like owing some bills that you can't pay somehow.
Yeah.
And then you got to figure it out, and you do it. But when you, when you look at it, the excitement of what's possible, right? For our city, our town, our people here, and the future that is going to come here. What's possible, man? Look at it. There's, anything. What can we do? The work ethic that exists here, and the people that, man, you go to the restaurant and say hi to somebody. Somebody's opening the door for somebody. Man, like, it's there. We get bogged down looking at it from different angles, but when you really get out there, there's a lot of good.
Oh, 100%. I'm proud to be, from here, where people are still nice and they're actually,
yeah,
we all treat each other like human beings.
Well, and like what's the slogan? Cleburne, this is Texas.
Yeah.
Right. What does that look like? Well, I think it looks like people help each other, and a community that's involved, and anything we want to do, we can do it. There's enough work ethic here. There's enough passion. There's enough positivity. Keep that driving. Like, let's quit talking about negative stuff, man.
Yeah, I know,
Once you put out there in the atmosphere, I feel like you get back.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're putting negativity out, well, we're going to get negative results.
Yeah, I agree.
What's the old saying? You play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
That's true, yeah.
It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
From our family lives to business to city level. Put it out there. This is where we're going. This is who we are. This is the positivity we want to approach. And we're going to go after it. And we're going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I don't know. That stuff excites me. That's why I like business so much. That's why I like looking at opportunity. Because that's what pushes you. Like, man, we could turn this up. Like, we can do this deal,
And if you're not looking for that positive, you're not looking for that opportunity,
it's not going to happen.
You're never gonna see it.
Never going to get there.
Because you go look for, if you're trying to see a red car, next thing you know, all you see is red cars.
Exactly. That's what's like. The atmosphere works that way.
Mm-hmm.
You put it out, you get it back. If you put out good, you put out positivity, you're gonna get it back.
Mm-hmm.
Like somewhere or another. Life's hard. Don't make it harder.
Right.
Let's make it better. And that's so. One of the things opportunity. I worked for a guy off and on here and there in Oklahoma. He had a bunch of farmland and we bale hay, and I'd go out there and work for him. His name was Charlie Aldridge, and he was like a wealth of wisdom. And I met him late in the stages of life. He had Parkinson's and a few things, but I would drive him to the farm in his truck, which was awesome because it was a brand new F-250,
Yeah.
Growing up, I wasn't driving that. I was driving an 81 Chevy long bed. Can't hit on a square body, right? Square body truck still where it's at, but
Oh
like
yeah.
that's all I could afford. And it's a long bed, not as cool as a short bed. But anyways,
I had a long bed,
yeah,
84 Dodge Ram pickup, man.
that's what I'm talking about. But we were on the drives. He would just say stuff, man, and some of it would stick. And one of those things was he goes, Jared, anything's possible, but opportunity looks a lot like work.
That's very true.
And that's where he left it. So we have opportunity. We have to be willing to clock in. We have to be willing to work. Who has time to work? Who has the resources to get in there and get it done? How do we build that team so that we can seize the opportunity that's ahead of Cleburne? There's a lot. And we're in that weird spot, right? You either do it right, you make it or break it.
Mm-hmm.
That's your two options. That's where you're at. That's where we're at. That's the realistic numbers. And, as people look into voting and as people look into how they want this to go, my thing, I say it a lot, whoever's around me enough will hear it a bunch, is you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate.
Oh, good saying.
And it's true. So nobody's just going to hand you what you might deserve, right? Even your God-given rights in a lot of the world right now, you got to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. Saying that ties into this because who do you want negotiating on your behalf?
Right.
Right? So as you go to vote and look into those things, that's really the question. Like everything's a negotiation. Everything's a business plan. Everything has to go through the system. As we do things, who's going to negotiate for you? As districts, 1, 2, 3, 4, the mayor, the city as a whole. Who do you want in there saying this is what we're going to do, and who's going to go the right direction? So you got to figure out of your options whether you're voting for me or the two people running against me or the mayor race right now. That's really it. That's what it comes down to in the brass tacks of how this is going to work. And if you got the wrong person in there negotiating, in there guiding and trying to lead and take the community's involvement in their thoughts and pushing things forward, the wrong person, it's not going to work. Period. You're not going to get what you deserve as Cleburne,
Mm-hmm.
right? As a city, what we deserve is a downtown that is getting it done, right? You've got options. You got restaurants. You've got historic buildings that are put back beautiful, that show what they are, right?
Yeah.
And some of the architecture that you're not going to get back when they're gone. It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
It doesn't get built that way anymore. So
Yeah. Back when 2x4s were 2x4.
yeah, I mean, man, yeah, for real. Some of the stuff that we've taken down in that building downtown in the interior walls. I mean, dude, their 2x4s look like, I don't know how to describe a tree.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so
I'm
crazy that
reusing
old
a
stuff.
lot of
Yeah.
them and making things out of them and doing stuff, and we've even framed some walls back out of them because they're better than what we could buy.
Right. Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah. 100%.
And he run a saw through it. Not the same thing. Saw blades, like good, nice Diablo saw blades. It's going to work good. Skill saw blades. Going to the old stuff, you're going to get half or less the cuts that you're going to get on new stuff. But going in there and looking at it from that perspective,
Yeah.
where, what can happen, utilize the square footage we have, take care of what we already have, make it what it needs to be, put that into play, makes everything work. And then, okay, we want to do this over here and we want to organize how that growth is going to impact the areas around us, how we're going to sustain it, how we're going to sustain the water, the electricity, right?
Yeah. That's a big one.
The plumbing. And we all talk about water. Very important. We got to have it, right? Electricity. All right. We got to provide that. We got to have the plumbing for it, the sewage systems. We've got to have, so as we do that, we've got to have a focused plan on this area is going to look like this. This area is going to be this direction. Here's shops. Here's things that we're going to do here. Here's industrial areas, and actually stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not, well, this guy's going to come in and put this deal in. No. Hey, look, man. Sorry, Bob. It's not on the plan. You can get over here if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what we would like to see this look like. Here's what our requirements are. Let's do that. But over here, that's not for that. Right? So you can't just willy-nilly, well, we want to do this, and here's the same chicken place. Right? Oh, we have 30? Great news. Now we have 31. We might have 35 in 6 months. We're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Because we're too scared to say no.
Yeah.
This doesn't, we're good on this. We're cool. We're going to do something else. We've got ideas. We've got plans. We've got preservation we're looking at that pushes us in the right direction. So I like to talk about achievable items, things that we can actually do. All right. We can actually put together a solid plan that the community agrees with as a majority for the next 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
We can look at that. We can have some hard stops. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. We can do that. We can fix this water issue downtown and make those buildings usable. All those things are doable. The grass at the park. All right. We have a great parks department. Where is that lacking at? I don't know. There's a lot of hardworking men and women over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the problem at all. Is it resources? Is it just knowing? I don't know. But we got to get in there to find out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And find a solution and equip them with the knowledge and the resources and the tools to make it happen. And take that advice from our community and push it forward. And that's just District 4 stuff, but that's the whole, right? That's the job.
Yeah.
That's what people are voting us in for.
Yeah. To represent
It's
them,
not for my Facebook page to say, well, I'm a city councilman, right? It's not a pride factor.
Well,
we're here.
What does that mean?
Whatever.
I guess that means you can take shit talking really good.
Yeah. Oh, you work for free. Good job, man.
Yeah.
So that is where I stand. That's where I think that the core group of people that I've spoke about stand, and what we can do and how we can approach things, and looking at it from a positive light and getting that.
Where were we? I don't remember either. Jesus. We had some technical difficulties, so we had to kind of stop, and we're trying to regroup now.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, what I was talking about. We were talking, I think, mostly about what's possible.
Yeah.
So we kind of covered that. As far as election stuff goes, so before, my brain skips around. So I told you I was registered to vote.
Oh yeah,
in Hill County since 2008. So when I decided to run, I didn't get that updated fast enough to Johnson County. So I missed the deadline for filing by 1 day.
Oh no.
So when I filed, my voter registration for Johnson County doesn't get updated fast enough. So it takes 30 days, right, for that to file in. And so I missed that. So with that said, I'm a write-in candidate. So I'm on the ballot. I'm not on the ballot. I'm in the program. So if you look at it, and I have sample ballots we're passing out. The city secretary got a sample ballots. Man, she's awesome. She works their tail off. And
She's great.
yeah. I can't say enough good things about the people that are working down there. Like Ivy, the secretary, and Nicole.
Sure helped me out a lot.
Oh man, dude, like what? Regardless, they do more than their own job. Put it that way, and with a smile on their face.
Mhm.
Like talking to them is I just want to go in there and go visit.
Yeah.
Because I feel more positive and better when I leave.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that said, on the actual ballot, it's just the mayor race and District 4 that's on there. That's it. And when you get to the District 4 vote, it shows Diana Weaver's name. And then beneath that, there's another line with a little box. And in the polling location on the wall right in front of you is a piece of paper that has my name, Jared Rockhold, on it, and then Francisco Aguero beneath mine. So to vote for me, you gotta literally write my name in there. I think you can misspell it. Like,
As long as they get the gist.
as long as they get the gist of it, at least write it in there, check that box, and that's how you vote. Now,
So is Frank a write-in too?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Frank's a write-in as well. I don't know why, but that's what it is. That's how I became a write-in candidate. Instead of on the ballot, you just check her off like normal, fill in the blank like you do on your school test back in the day. That's it. So just mayor, District 4, that's all that's on there. I have samples. I'm pretty positive. I'm going to make sure and ask before, but I'm probably going to post it online too.
I was like, please do, because I'll share that.
Yeah.
To make sure that the word of that gets out there too. I mean,
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends on my Facebook. I do try to cycle through and make sure there's like nobody like, okay, this is somebody I just kind of,
Yeah.
met one time and then asked them to be friends and then left them on there for 10 years. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people in the community and stuff like that. I've been here for a really long time. So I grew up in Cleburne and then moved to Covington and graduated from Covington. So not that far away. But I mean, there was nothing to do with Covington. What do you do? You come to Cleburne,
Exactly. So that's the basic layout. We're behind the gun a little bit. The writing part's probably hard, but fortunately, I've got some great friends that I've met, and they're helping with talking to people, and we're going to be doing some more block walking, and passing those sample ballots out. Here's what it looks like, so it's not a question. Know what that looks like, and yeah, that's pretty much the layout. That's how we go. We do have. I wanted to cover. Well, on my phone here, so I can make sure I'm telling the correct information.
That you got a forum coming up.
Yeah. So council member candidate forum coming up Tuesday, April 21st, from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening at the East Cleburne Community Center cafeteria. That's set up by the Cleburne Chamber of Commerce and the East Cleburne Community Center. You probably know Dexter. He's super influential in the East Side, and I mean anything really. The guy, I think he knows way more than he lets on. So, and he so like we went to bingo the other day at that East Side Community Center. He's there putting it on. He's over there putting meals out. He's serving the community. Just a wonderful person to meet. I met him through Blake.
Yeah.
And
Give me his contact information.
Those
I'd love to have him on,
Yeah. He's super involved. He'd be a really good person to interview just because he knows so much, he knows so many people. And he's actively all the time serving others. And so great person, great man. And so, yeah, East Cleburne Community Center, 602 Olive Street in Cleburne. That is going to be on the 21st. That's a chance for they give us a list of questions, kind of like the mayoral forum, and we get a chance to speak on them. We get 2 minutes a person to answer those questions, and it gives people a chance to really hear what we're about for everybody. And so I would love to see a giant audience because we need Cleburne, the East Side, old Cleburne, kind of how I put it in my time, to show up. but not just old people, but like the old, like
I know what you're saying.
East Cleveland, man.
Like East, yeah, well, I mean, that is the oldest part of town. I mean, that's where it
Yeah.
started. That's where it's grown from.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I mean, that's what it is.
yeah,
We need them to show up. We need to take care of that community. We need people to show up and represent and vote for what they believe in.
no, I agree.
Even if it's not for me, show up and vote, man.
Yeah,
Like, just vote.
that's the biggest thing. Please go out and vote. Anybody that does, the 5 people that will watch this thing, go,
Tens of listeners.
yeah, go out and please go out and vote because it makes a difference. And you know, when you start looking at the numbers, for when I ran before and stuff like that, man, it was under 50 people that voted.
Yeah.
In District 3.
It's so wild.
And then the school bond thing, man. So 3,500 people voted on both of them. And you're talking about, you don't just have the city limits, you've got, ETJ too that they've got that goes to the school that is allowed to vote as well. And 3,500 people showed up. So, I mean,
there's thousands that can.
I know.
And that don't.
And it's kind of funny too. We talked about Facebook earlier. I swear, man, those people that get on there and bitch and moan on Facebook and stuff like that, like, this is your opportunity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To get out there and make a difference. Show up to these forums. Ask these questions.
Yep.
Go air it out, man. Go air it out. Let us listen.
You got something to say, come say it in person and let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, don't hide behind your keyboard. If it's a real concern to you, get out there and talk to these people. They're trying to represent you,
Correct.
And when you're sitting there just bashing them on Facebook, how do you think that makes them feel about wanting to help you? But the funny thing is Blake gets out there and tries to do it even though he gets bashed. Derek tries to get out there and do it even though he gets bashed. Yep. You get out there and do it even though I mean you're not really bashed yet, but
I will. I will.
If you get in there, I'm sure it's coming.
The difference about me is before deciding to run for this, I didn't have a Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
I remember when I met you, told me that.
Yeah, man. I don't. It's not really my thing.
I kind of was jealous.
Yeah.
When you told me that,
So,
I was like, oh man, I kind of wish I didn't have Facebook.
I know. And so now I have one, and I'm like, man, I started the Facebook for the RV park.
Yeah.
Right. We had Beaumont Ranch RV park, and business page, whatever you post every once in a while. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Personal Facebook, dude, too much time for me. And like even going forward, business wise or city wise, you get above like. Sitting on Facebook ain't gonna get it done.
Nah, I mean it's important.
It's important,
but
and that's why I did it.
It's not this big of a project. It's the same as anything else that you're doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't need you to take that much time to put into social media.
I don't need to be on there, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day. Like, man,
what I'm doing with this thing right here, it's like posting ghost.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna read the comment section, man, because God Almighty, I'm way too fragile for that.
But it was true. Yeah, your feelings. But you're trying to get the information out there.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is doing it? Right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
So this is a service, like for the people around and for us, like everybody's a service.
I'm trying.
You ain't making no money.
Nope.
You spent some money.
Spent a bunch of money. So far, I've spent a bunch of money. I was blessed. I ran into the right things at the right time. I got on Marketplace and I was going through and I was getting pretty defeated and was like, all right, well, man, this thing is going to be pretty ghetto at first, and it's going to be, just a couple mics. There was going to be no soundproofing. There was going to be no nothing. It was going to be real raw. And next thing I know, I found somebody on Marketplace they used to do a podcast and they were just getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff. Yep. So I got like over $1,000 worth of equipment for a couple $100.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And God,
That's right.
He provides.
That's right.
And when I told Blake that I wanted to do this, and he was like, well, where are you gonna do it? And I got a little office at my house, but I've got like a workbench in there. Yeah. Where I work on guns and stuff. And then I got like 3 totes that are stacked up in the corner that's got my backpacking gear and camping gear and stuff like that because I have a garage in my gym. But I mean
a gym in my garage. And then I have my desk that I work at.
Yep.
And so it was going to be, if this was happening in my house, your face would have been right here.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have been right on top of each other.
Close.
It would have been weird. I mean, we're going to get up close and personal.
Yeah.
And he was like, you can't do that here, man. He was like, you need to do it. He goes, why don't you just do it upstairs in my office? Like, there's nothing up there.
Yep.
And it was very nice of him to do this. And, you know, I told him, I was like, well, obviously I can't pay you. And he was like, I'm not looking for that right now. He was like, if you start making money, or if somebody comes in and decides to want to rent this space up here for, for real money, he'll probably tell me to go pound sand, but that's fine. I agree with that. He's a businessman and he's got to, make.
Maybe the one thing, and I don't want to make this all about Blake, but I do want to say part of my conversation is what you just said. That is Blake's character. Since I met Blake until now, I've helped him and he's helped me, but like one thing I do know, like, and I feel 99.9% confident saying this, he's not greedy at all. If it's, hey, I can help you. Oh, I've got that resource. Like, Blake's like, yeah, take it. Right? And that is who he is. So, and people that actually know him, I don't know if anybody says anything different, because I get to genuinely meet people that I may not have known that he's known, and they're like, Blake's just that way. And let you use something. Like, my truck was down for over a month. Well, what did he do? He lent me his F-150. Would I have done that? I like to think I would. That's a nice truck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, and he's got money in that truck, and he worked his tail off to have that truck, right? And so, he didn't even think about it. Well, I mean, I don't think there was even a hesitation. Like, okay, I'm not using it right now. Take that truck. What? Right? But that's
what. It's definitely insured.
Yeah, he definitely got the insurance on it. Definitely got the insurance on it. That's why I got my insurance on all my stuff.
Me too.
Regardless of anything else, it was the best deal in customer service. So there wasn't even hesitation. So that is why I personally, and again, I know Derek Weathers. We don't get to hang out a lot. Derek has 4 kids and he works his tail off. But Derek's a good man.
I love Derek. He's one of the greatest human beings I've ever met.
Derek is a great man. And I think that his input and what he does is validated. And I think that he's somebody that we would like to have on the team somehow, right? Blake and Derek are friends. And so that's why them together running against each other, that you haven't seen the trying to find dirt, trying to bash each other. Yeah. That's not going to happen, because they both have respect for each other, because they're family men. They take care of people, and we go hang out. We went to a Roaders game together. We do, you know what I mean? Like, so the good news is there's that.
Yeah.
Like, the community itself running against each other, going, hang on, no, we ain't doing it a different way, because we have respect for each other. I mean, everybody wants what's best for Cleveland, right? Might have a different ideology how to get there,
and that's fine.
But and that's great. We need that.
The only way to get better ideas is airing out your ideas, talking about the ideas,
exactly,
and not being married to your own.
Yeah, exactly. Being pliable.
Yeah, exactly.
Being pliable and being able to look at information and adjust. If you're wrong, you're wrong. It's okay.
It's fine.
It's great.
I've been wrong tons of times.
A lot. My wife will tell you a bunch.
Yeah, not you,
right? Yeah,
I'm sure she's got a broken list.
Yeah, I got a tally. And if your wife's like mine, she doesn't forget anything, and I will forget stuff, and I'm always moving forward, so I'll just kind of like keep rolling. And then she's like, "Do you remember what you said?" And I'm like, "No." Well, we got this. I'm like, "Oh man." So as we've adjusted, we've been married over 10 years now, and I've gotten to where I ask her, "Hey, can you tell me about this? Do you remember this? Like, I need the information. If there's something I need, I mean, she's got it. And she's like, well, this is what the deal is. This is what happens. What you were wearing that day. And here's this. And I'm like, dang.
That's super detailed.
Right? But that's who she is. I'm like, that's why she's getting her job.
I was going to say, working.
Yeah. So we can't really talk about her job. We'll put it this way. She's more important than me.
I understand that.
Yeah. She's more important than me. So regardless, super lucky to have her. And man, but she's different than me. And you work together and you find a way that works, and you find a path that makes you both better.
Mm-hmm.
Community engagement, our community. I'm different from you. You're different from me. Everybody's like that. That's how we make it work.
Right.
If we were all the same, this sucks.
Yeah, I mean, we've all lived this life through this lens.
Yep.
And that's all it's been.
Yeah.
You know, and it's different. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, what I've seen and what I've been through is different from what you've seen and what you've been through. And I do think we need to give each other a little more grace and allow each other to be human beings and stuff like that. And it's not an easy thing to do. Even today, getting here, I was held up at work a little bit, so I was rushing to get home, and I was on the toll road, and people were, it's as soon as it opens up into 2 lanes, everybody wants to do 80 miles an hour. Then it goes to 1 lane, everybody wants to do 60 miles an hour, and I don't understand that. But yeah, I mean, I was like, come on, and getting a little frustrated, and I had to be like, God, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be getting frustrated. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get there. It's gonna be fine. He's not gonna be pissed, and I'm 5 minutes late.
Man, it's already hard, dude. Okay, it happens to all of us, But one of the things that, like, when we get into those situations, that I always reminded of is the Bible is Jesus walked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. He walked there. Like conflict and all the above. He just walked. There wasn't any. It was stay the course.
Mm-hmm.
Know what you're doing. And keep moving. And reach people and make it happen. And that, we get thrown off on all kinds of tangents. And our life is fast.
Oh, yeah. Especially these days.
Dude.
I don't think our brain's equipped to get as much information that we get these days.
You're right.
And that's one thing that I've enjoyed about this is like sitting down and I'll learn from talking to people.
Yeah.
And sure, I mean, the few times that we've talked, man, the knowledge that I've gotten, I've just walked away going, man, that guy knows some stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're a really smart individual, and you're experienced, and it's like no matter what, you've got something to kind of input, and I love that when you actually have input. I don't think I have that much input when I talk. People say that I do, but most of the time, me, it's just trying to get work a joke in, get a chuckle. But it's you talked about Jesus walk too, and I was just gonna say that's what they teach firemen.
Yeah.
They firemen, they don't say, hey, don't run to get your clothes on, don't run to do this, just walk.
Yeah.
Walk with intent.
Yeah.
But just walk, because you're on a mission, and the mission's important.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so what you just said, intent.
Yeah.
Being intentional, right? More powerful than running. More powerful than getting in a hurry.
Correct.
Being intentional with what you're doing, what your time is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that word, man. I had to stop.
Oh, you're good, man. That was all I had to say about it.
Yeah, but you saying that, that's what we got to be as men, as people. They are taking care of our families and all of that before the city, and trying to take care of the city stuff is being intentional with our time and being intentional with what we do. If we're in office, being intentional. We get to go to a city council meeting twice a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The second and fourth Tuesday. Yeah. Second and fourth Tuesday of every month. With that amount of time, if you're not intentional, you're just breezing through it,
Yeah.
right? That's not gonna work. I love that word, and trying to be that. And we all get off base. I do it all the time, dude. I'm like a squirrel, bro. I
Yeah.
like to do stuff. And then I gotta hang on, Jared, calm down, right? Let's reel it in, and make sure we're using that time appropriately. And that's what I'm trying to do, even marriage wise, man.
Oh yeah.
Being a friend, being marriage, my kids, being intentional. I don't get like I'm working. So getting to take my son to school in the morning, like having that opportunity. Let's talk about bus stops earlier.
Yeah.
Having the ability and the opportunity to take my oldest son to school in the mornings is like, as a young man, and I'm still young, but like rewind the clock. My oldest son's 10. I was like, God, I gotta get up. I gotta take him to school, then go to work, all his phone call and all this stuff, right? That's how I looked at it. And now, like, nah, I just take him to school, man. The phone, it's sitting down. I ain't picking it up. Somebody calls me on the way to school with my kid, I'm gonna answer.
Yeah. I'll let her.
Like it's before 8 o'clock, I'll call him back, right?
Yeah,
but
fine.
while
That's why we all have cell phones.
Right, we can call back while I'm with him, getting to have that minute, even if we don't talk, because he's still trying to wake up,
Yeah.
I just want to be there.
Right.
I want to remember getting to take him to 4th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and dropping him off and telling him have a good day and telling him I love you, and just stopping.
Yeah. Being present.
Yeah, exactly. Being present. And what a gift. Not everybody gets to do
I
that.
was gonna say that is a huge gift because there's a lot of people that don't get to do that.
Yeah, a lot. And so just remembering how grateful and being grateful for what position I am in and what I've been provided to do. Man, like, it's a humbling experience when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because I drive past all those kids sitting at the bus stops in the morning on England. And their parents don't get to do that.
Nope. Yeah.
And I do. So I just, that's the kind of the intentionality we want to bring to whatever we're doing.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Our families, our business, our time. When a friend calls you, need to talk. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
I'll
listen. Let's listen.
I have to admit, I'm a little selfish doing this too because I get to talk to people, and that's one of my favorite things to do is talk. You can ask most people that know me a long time. I don't shut up much.
The first time I really met you, let's see, was Blake's kind of campaign kickoff at the distillery, right? You and your wife were there, and we just started talking.
Yeah, I take that.
Right?
I don't know.
I don't even know what happened.
It was like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened. And we're just talking. So that you meet people and you get that energy off of them.
Oh, yeah.
And you get that vibe, and hey, this is a good dude, right? And your wife, this is a good person.
Mhm.
This is somebody. This is quality people. So you want to take that time, but you get that energy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it without sounding like a hippie. But like that's a real thing.
That's okay. It's
You
real.
get that
It's
energy
real.
off of people,
Yeah.
and like, hey, all right,
I'll tell you, man. So like one of our favorite things to do is go see live music.
yeah,
And we love people watch, and we laugh and joke and have a good time. But like honestly, when we sit there and talk about it, we're not necessarily laughing at this person that's doing this. We're having a good time watching somebody else be around 30,000 people or 40,000 people, and it's like none of those people were there, and they're in their own little world, just having their own good time.
yeah,
And to me, it's fantastic. And I may laugh. I laugh at myself, all the time about the things that I do.
yeah,
But man, at concerts, it's been brought up multiple times or with other people. They're like, people just walk up to you guys and just start talking. I mean, me and my wife had a 45-minute conversation with a veteran that was having a hard time at the Cross Country Ragway concert in Waco. He was there and he was having a little bit PTSD.
Yeah.
He was kind of sitting by himself. He was like, I just needed a minute, and I just happened to. She was doing something, and I looked at him, and I was like, well, I was like, are you married? If not, this is the kind of shit you got to look forward to or something, just kind of making a joke. And next thing I know, I talked to the guy for 45 minutes, and he was like, man, I really appreciate you talking to me, because I was having a little bit of a moment, and I forgot about it all. And next thing I know, 45 minutes later, this guy's like, I'm ready to go watch, he's ready to go back out there.
Yeah.
And he was refreshed, and I was like, look at that. I was like, that guy just made me feel like $1 million.
Yeah.
Just because he said that one little thing at the end of our stupid conversation that we had, the me trying to crack jokes and,
Yeah.
But,
but God put you in that position, and you put the right people where they need to be.
Exactly.
And the right heart. And that's your aura. Like, from the time I met you, we talked for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And about whatever, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Doesn't matter. And so, but that's a person with understanding, and there's wisdom in that, but you got that energy. So, I mean, what's better than that? But also just talking to people.
I know, man.
You learn so much.
I learned so much about people, and I haven't always been full of the wisdom and the little things that I have to say and stuff like that. But it's from talking to people just like you.
Yeah.
Just being out there and finding somebody in a random conversation, and it's kind of crazy that sometimes you just get in that random and it lasts 2 hours, and you're like, how the hell did I? You're looking at oh my god, I gotta go.
I do that sometimes with my wife will be texting me and say, where are you coming home? I'm like, oh, my bad, I didn't know.
Mine too.
I lost track, and like it was the innocent thing. But like, oh, dude,
I swear, like my wife, your wife, and Blake's wife are probably. I mean, it's. I think that Jennifer hates me because like every time me and Blake get together, it's. I'll be home in 30 minutes, and then it's 2 hours later.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Because we don't even, and I'm the same way. Emily had texted me like 15 times. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. It takes patience to be with somebody that's like us. And that's like a developed patience. I don't think they start with that.
No.
It becomes a thing. So they're like, he said 30 minutes? Nah. Well, that's like Blake, like just funny is like, yeah, we're going to meet over here at 6:30.
Yeah, he ain't gonna get here at 6:30.
No. It ain't gonna happen.
No.
And he rolls up and he's like, I'm like, you're late. He's like, what time is it? Oh, I don't know. What happened? What happened was, and I'm like, yeah. But then you just, what do you do, man? Like sometimes you have conversations too that are supposed to happen, so you can't shut it off.
Yeah.
And when you have women like ours around, eventually, like, hey, this is what happened. Here's what I was talking to you. Here's why. Okay. It served a purpose.
Yeah.
Right? There's a higher calling, so it served a purpose, and that's just part of it. So, I'm grateful to be around men like y'all, like you and Blake, and the people I've met here. They're wonderful because it makes us better.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yep. And we definitely, we rag on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and
we're just dudes.
Yeah. That's it. It's like a locker room mentality.
Yeah.
Right? But if we're gonna go to war, I want those guys with me.
Yeah. You want somebody that you can trust.
If you're gonna go out here, I want somebody that's gonna have my back and it has the right intention. And that's like, you can't ask for anything better than that.
That's right.
The people I've met here, again, so it's been brought into question before. Well, you didn't grow up here. No, I didn't. I came here a lot. And I think I'm here for a reason. I really believe I'm here for a reason. And then I was led to be here. But the people I've met and the people I talk to consistently and that I keep meeting that live here, the best there is.
Mm-hmm.
Good as gold, and I wouldn't trade it. Like, I had a lot of friends where I grew up, and great people. But man, there's something in the motion, man. Something in the water, so to speak. that there's a lot of people that are like, hey, we can do this. And that's, man, that pushes me.
Yeah.
And that drives me. Like, okay, let's do this, right? Like Blake was trying to do, he was trying to redo the floors and stuff back in one of the bedrooms at his house and redo his bathroom. And this was like early on, and talking to me, he's like, yeah, I'm doing this, tearing this out, doing this. I'm like, all right, I'll come over and help you. He's like, what? He's like, I mean, I don't have to, but I will. If you want some help, I'll come over there and you look at it and help you. It's kind of what I do. And I showed up and we knocked it out, and he's like, wait a minute. What? I'm like, it's not that far. We'll just do this, and I'll figure this stuff out with you. We'll tear it out here. They put the floor out. Here's how you do this. And he took off and ran with it, right? Mm-hmm. But I just imparted that knowledge on him. And then I was like, hey, by the way, sure could use some insurance on this part, right. Kind of need a deal. I ain't got a lot of money left, and I need a deal. And man, that's what it's about. I showed up, helped him, and then he showed up and helped me. And that's what it's about. That's friendship. That's community, right?
Right.
And I just, it was funny because he was, I don't understand. What are you doing? I wanted to help. I wanted to see what you were doing first off, and then second off, like I felt like you didn't know what you were doing because I felt some hesitation in your voice. So maybe I can clock in here a little bit and get you past that hump. And then mechanical knowledge is my thing, like cars and dude.
Yeah, what kind of cars you have?
Do I have right now?
No, did you have? Like, I want to hear about your car.
Oh man,
I know you got one in Blake's garage.
I've had it's
like one of my dream cars, bro.
I've had a bunch of cars. So right now today, I've got my just a regular 2012 Dodge Ram 3500 flatbed truck, soul farm truck. It's got 300,000 miles on it. I have a 2009 Dodge Ram 2500. It's got 315,000 on it. Probably never sell that truck. I actually bought that truck from my brother-in-law a long time ago, and I put a transmission in it. Other than that, man, it runs like a top. And it's like one of the ones, it's going to start.
Yeah.
So how do you get rid of it?
Yeah.
So if everything else fails, the old trusty out there that looks like crap, it's probably going to run. I have a 1999 C5 Corvette. So a fixture of coupe car. If anybody listening that's actually a car person will know what that is. Fixture of coupe doesn't have the slant back. It's straight glass with a trunk.
Okay. I know what you talked about.
Yeah. So they had it in 99, and they had a fixture of coupe in 2003 and 2004 before the C6 came out. But those 03 and 04 models were Z06s, and mine's a 99. They only made so many of them. It's black, 6-speed manual car, LS1. It's got what we call fats and skinnies on it. So it's got the wide tires in the back, drag rails in the back. It's got the skinnies, 4-inch, 5-inch wide up front.
Nice.
Kind of a drag pack type thing. And then I've got a 69 Chevelle that's in Blake's garage. Over on England, I do not have a garage. Unfortunately. So Blake was kind enough to let me take one of his garage spots to keep that car out of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
It's not perfect, but it's like a good driver, 69 Chevelle, 2-door. It's a 2-door coupe, not the post. So you roll windows down, there's nothing there. It's wide open. It's front and back. So that car there, I bought from a friend of mine. Me and my dad bought it. And I've kept up with it. My dad's a car guy, and he's always been, he got me into cars, and I just took it and ran with it. But so that car is sitting there. We got to work on it a little bit, finish a few things, and then we do get it
So Blake is planning on going with me. Might need Chris some more help. I have a 29 Model A at my grandpa's place in West Virginia. That is still sitting there. It's been there for a long time. He passed away. It's been 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Anyways, through the course of events in the last year, I found out that I want to get that car, which was important to me because my grandpa. So my grandpa was got my dad into cars, and my dad got me. So it was like it's a generational thing. Yeah, it's a generational thing. So it's 29 Model A. It's got a rumble seat in the back. It's legit. Like it's original. It's been restored original, and that's all it needs to be. I'm a hot rod guy, but I wouldn't touch that car.
Oh yeah,
just because of it's got sentimental value.
Yeah. Well, being that old too, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's cool to have like a hot rod, but at the same time, this is what it needs to be. So the '69 Chevelle, being a part of my dad, that's never going to go anywhere as long as I can help it. And that Model A, those are two special ones. But I don't know. I can't tell you all the cars I've had because I don't remember. But I've had my first car I ever bought was a 2001. That's not right. No, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
A lot of cars. A 1991 Buick Park Avenue. Okay, I was 14, and I was mowing lawns, making money, putting some money up, and this car was on the edge of my neighborhood in Oklahoma City, and listed for sale. And it's an old grandma car, right? And not cool, but to me, at that age, even I was like, I don't know, I was gonna look at it. So I asked my dad, and I sat there for a minute, and we finally stopped and looked at it. And anyways, we looked at it, and they got a price on it, and we called them. And I was interested in buying it. It had 90,000 miles on it. And it was super clean. Well, the guy's mother had passed away. It was her car, and he needed to sell it, blah, blah. So we negotiated. I bought it for $1,750.
Oh, wow.
Took it home. I couldn't drive. So I cleaned it up, worked on it, just did the detail on it, did a standard issue, what I could do at 14, right? We're going to put some wax on this rig, the leather conditioner. It's a Buick Park Avenue. Like the leather in that thing is like sitting in a Lazy Boy.
Yeah.
Copious amounts of leather conditioner. And we drove it. I think my mom and me she drove. My mom was a teacher. She taught 7th grade literature. I had her in class too. I had got a C in that class. So, but
that was rough home life.
Yeah. But man, she was an excellent teacher. She's retired now, but she, excellent. Anyway, we drove to school. I think about a month. And back then, I sound like I'm so old now. Craigslist and all that wasn't a thing yet. I was 14, whatever year that is. So I put it in the paper in the classified section. That was where you found stuff.
Oh yeah,
right. So I put it in the classified section, and I remember a couple was visiting family from Kansas down in Oklahoma City, and they come by, and I sold it for $3,200. That's my first uptick flip. You know what I mean? Right. And I'm balling. Right? I'm getting it done. We are balling on a budget, hood rich, and we're doing it. And that's my first deal, big deal.
Yeah.
I made over $1,000 on that thing. And so after that, I was mowing lawns. And so when I was mowing lawn growing up, I did my neighborhood and people around my area. And so I got tired of pushing the mower around. I was just regular neighborhood. You push the mower, measure and weed and blow it. So I bought a gardening cart from Home Depot. You ever seen them big wheel, it's green. Got 4 sides on the fold down. It's got big wheels on it. So I put all my stuff in that. It had mower, all of it. Like I had a trailer, right?
Yeah.
But it's like this garden cart from Home Depot. And then I bought the knockoff version of a Honda Trail 70 from I think it's a pawn shop. It's called a Panda Trail 70. It was the Panda, and I mean, you know, it was a horsepower. But so I made a hitch that attached to my Panda Trail 70. It looked just like a Honda Trail 70. It's the off-brand, you know.
Yeah.
It's from China, obviously.
Okay.
So I hooked that garden cart up to that Trail 70. That's how I mowed my lawns. So then eventually I'm like, I gotta get a truck because I got that car done and sold, right? And then I bought this 1978 Chevrolet long bed, Big 10.
Okay.
Edition.
Yeah. Big 10, yeah.
Silver and maroon. And dude, that thing, I think it had 79,000 or 80,000 miles on it, original miles when I bought it. I wish I still had that truck. No idea where it's at. I wish I knew. I'd try to buy it back. I bought that truck, and that's what I would use. My dad would drive me to different lawns and stuff, and then eventually he was like, look, man, just don't do anything stupid.
You drive yourself? Yeah.
I'll be riding around the block on idle, you know what I mean? Keeping that carburetor going, and keeping that carburetor rolling, and go to my lawns, unload my stuff out of the back of the truck, and that's how I got started, you know?
Man, I did that in my late 30s. So.
Yeah.
Just for extra money.
Man, I just, you know, that's what I wanted to do, was just figure it out. After that, I don't remember all of it. Dude, I bought it in 98. It was a two-door Tahoe.
No, yeah.
Okay. So I bought a two-door Tahoe from my science teacher from school. My mom was a teacher, so I knew all the teachers.
Yeah.
When your mom's a teacher, school starts, 8 o'clock-ish, depending on where you're at. When your mom's a teacher like mine, and it's like the military, and she's extremely serious about her job, you go to school at 5:30 in the morning. You sit there until you get ready. Everybody else shows up. And then you finally go to class. And then after school, my mom was a cheerleading coach and doing all this stuff and grading papers and reading essays and all that.
Yeah, they don't get paid.
You don't go home though until 6 or 7 o'clock. You're just there. And so you know all the teachers and it's part of your life. And as I bought that tour Tahoe, I had it for a while. Man, that thing was awesome. Then I had a 68 Cutlass I bought from a lady in my neighborhood. It was sitting in the garage. That car was really cool. Trying to think. There's a lot. I mean, there's a ton. In between all of that stuff, I had an 85 short wide that had a 6-inch lift on it. Small block 400. And that car, not a good purchase, but it was cool.
Yeah.
You know, I had 36s on it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was legit. Yeah, not a smart purchase, but where sometimes you get something nice for yourself.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
Well, I had a buddy in high school too that he had big jacked up trucks. So I don't even know what the lift was, but I just remember the tires. So when I graduated high school, I was 5'2". I didn't hit my growth spurt till I hit college, basically. They were 5 inches after I graduated high school.
Nice.
It was crazy.
That is crazy. Thank goodness.
Right? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, my grandfather's really short though. He's pretty short. I was I owned it. Whatever. It was like,
it's what it is.
It's gonna be what it is.
That's how I am too. I'm short.
And I just remember the tires have been I was like, oh my god, the tires came to my chin. I was rolling around with that thing and big stacks coming out the back of it. Super awesome truck. Man, seeing that thing go through all sorts of stuff. I seen it get stuck in my tank. So I had a tank where I grew up in Covington. We had 11 acres.
Yeah.
And there was this big, rock ledge that was right on the edge of our tank. So that's where all the water would leak out of. So it would not stay full.
Okay.
And so there would always be just a couple inches of water in there, and it's just a big mud pit. And man, we got bored and had too many beers,
Yeah.
What do you think happens when you got a bunch of country boys that sit around in full-wheel drives,
Exactly.
And seeing that sucker get stuck in my tank, and I was like, we're never going to get this out. It's just going to be there. And this little bitty tree, man, I swear it was only probably 4 or 5 inches wide around, and he took his wood chip, put it around the base of that tree, to pull it right out of there. It's like, oh my god, the strongest tree in the world.
Yeah.
That's what I called it, because I couldn't believe I thought he was going to yank the tree out by the roots.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun times.
Yeah, that's a good time. You gotta do stuff like that.
We did it way too much, I think.
You know, in moderation sometimes. But
I learned how to get handy.
you had a good time.
I'll tell anybody, I'm no mechanic,
Yeah.
but I've learned to figure a lot of shit out.
Yeah. A little MacGyver action. Man, I'm trying to think. I had a drag racing wise, a 2001 Camaro, iron block, 6L block, factory headed deal with a Pro Charger on it. It was, I don't know how much power it made on. A power by car. It was cool. I pretty sure I still hold the record in Sallisaw, Oklahoma for longest wheelie.
Oh, that's awesome.
When I did a race there, we went to a race there, and man, I was racing a guy that I didn't really want to lose to. You know, why I don't get to race anymore is A, I have kids, and B, I'm kind of dumb. I would rather stay in it, hit the wall, whatever I gotta do to lose.
Mhm.
It's like I don't think that. It just instinctually happens. Man, that car had a problem wheeling. You know, it's like, yeah, it's cool. So a buddy of mine was like, man, just do a wheelie and sell shirts. You know, and, so I stabbed off in it. Happened to be Hot Rod Magazine was there that day at that track, and we were the first cars down it. And dude, car stood up, all four wheels off the ground. I didn't know that. I hit the trunk pan in the car, and I have pictures of it. I'll show it to you. Dude, I just stayed in it. So I'm like looking out the window. It's not my first rodeo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm looking out the window. I'm in the left lane. He's in the right lane. And like he's kind of behind me. You know? Like, we're winning.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're not lifting. And so I pedaled it a few times, man, and it started kind of coming down. I shifted into high gear, and it started going back up again. I was like, uh-oh. And then by the time I got it to finally come down, I'm still winning, by the way. That's what we do. We win.
Yeah.
By the time I set it down, so I had a stock steering column in the car, cheap. You know,
Mhm.
you could put a good steering column in. Probably should have. I mean, the car had carriage and all that, but like, I didn't have that kind of money.
Yeah, right.
The stock steering column, that thing still turns. We're good. Not good. Yeah, was not okay. So when it finally came down and all the whatever is happening in the sky, wheeling, which is the craziest experience ever in a car because there's no weight. Like you're in a car, you feel everything. You feel the front wheels, you feel the weight. When you're in the air, it's nothing there.
Mhm.
It's like you're just floating. It's a wild experience. But when I came down, the keys were not in the ignition anymore. They were in the back. And so the steering column's locked up. But you can't steer.
Yeah.
So, you know, you try to not panic, but then the steering wheel doesn't move. So then you rip the steering column. Somehow in the adrenaline, broke the column lock. Steered it. We're going left. And, you know, we're driving. You know what I mean? Three-wheel motion. I'm over here. We're over here. I'm about to roll this rig. And I'm like, And I'm hanging on to it. So you know, you're on the brake, off the brake. You don't want, it's like driving on ice. You
Yeah.
don't want to lock up. You're in trouble. You got to kind of go with it.
Yeah,
Man, I did all the above. Kind of tapped the left guardrails. Guardrail track, super dangerous. No concrete barriers. Old school guardrail. Kind of love tapped the left guardrail a little bit, you know. And we did all right with driving. And I had one actual finish line. I think Willie was like 560 feet. We drag raced 668th mile. We don't race quarter mile. Stuff's too fast.
Yeah.
For what we were doing. It's what they call an outlaw track. So it's short, sweet, dangerous. It's one of the historical places.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a pile of junk, but it's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go there. Oh, they have the
You're
best
gonna-
hot dogs. You know what
I
I
was
mean?
gonna say you get to see all the cool stuff too.
Yeah, it's like going to a local rodeo.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like the sight, the smell, the food, the beer tastes different. Don't know, it doesn't really, but in the moment it does. Right? You're like, man, this burger is Michelob.
Right.
So it's that kind of place. Anyways, love tap the left wall. This is all on YouTube, by the way. I have to find it again, but in the car instantly goes. I'm in the left lane again. I just think it goes right, and I can't. I swear to God, it won't go back left at all. Patting the gas, trying to get the rear tires to kind of do something, give me a little shimmy.
Yeah.
Nah. So hitting the right guardrail a little bit. Car's fine. A little messed up. Not bad though.
Yeah.
Then a wheel. Get out and find the car stop, get out, looking at it. And a Camaro like that, what they call a fourth gen Camaro, like if you're wheeling one, the common protocol is if you set it down too hard, you're breaking the oil pan.
Then
So I've already been there before. I had broke 2 oil pans before this. Okay. So I get out, look under the car. Hey, ain't no oil leaks. Hey. We set her down nice. We're good.
That's good.
And so everybody's flying on the track, coming to check on me, I'm hurt,
Yeah.
and what do you need? Nothing, man. If the thing will start, I'm driving out of here. You want to tow it? No, I don't want to tow it. If it runs at all, beat up or not, we're driving her out. And so we did, man. And that was one of those cars I built myself, Pro Charger situation, all that. Tuned it myself, did all the computer work. Had some help from good guys that, from Australia, matter of fact. They're super smart in tuning cars. That's how I learned from. Went from that, man, to building stuff for other people, building drag cars. I built a 69 Nova, tube chassis car at a LS. Like I said, we get off in the weeds. This is my thing, though.
Oh, you're good, man.
Had a single 88 millimeter turbo on it. Super light, super fast for what it was. Drilled down a little bit, got to tune a bunch on it. The owner drove it a bunch. I just, marriage turned him right, basically. I worked on cars on the TV show. Tuning, working on chassis, working on suspension, tire pressure, all the technical stuff.
Was that the Discovery Channel show?
Street Outlaw show. Yeah. So
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Not everybody can say that.
no, yeah. So it was really cool to be on TV. Like, if you go back and watch some episodes, you'll find me in there. And so I got to do a lot of that. And then the last stuff I really worked on was my buddy, guy named Garrett Brown. He's from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Still one of my best friends. His family, they're great. His dad's great. They've been nothing but like the guys here. Like, I wish they lived here.
Yeah.
He duck hunts. That's his thing.
I've never been duck hunting, but I've always wanted
Dude,
to.
he
Always
took me
wanted to.
duck hunting my first time. I've done deer hunting and all that, coyote hunting.
Yep.
But standard issue Texas type stuff.
Oh yeah.
Right? In Oklahoma, that same thing. We went duck hunting for the first time at the Beaumont Ranch. We got the ponds out there. And he took me, it's been about a year ago now. And that's his thing. Like, he's good at it. The duck call, all this stuff. So you're just sitting there on the pond bank shooting duck. Like,
Yeah.
they just call him in. They fly past us and he'd do his thing. And they circle around and come back. And it's just, open fire. But Garrett had a car. One of them remember the old Malibus, like an 80s model, 81 Malibu?
Yeah.
So he had a Malibu nitrous car, big black nitrous car. Worked on that a bunch. He's excellent driver. He was like 130 pounds soaking wet. So you got all this lightweight,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, man, I think we can make this little pile of junk do something, And it was a real pile. But we worked on it, man, and teamed together, and we started winning stuff with it. Like, we would go, and again, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's just facts. We used to actually street race.
Yeah.
Illegally. We did it. This street, you can take a guy come out with a $200,000 car, and we had a $30,000 car.
Yeah.
And at the right time, and we're working hard, we're pretty smart, and Garrett can drive, we might wear you out. Probably gonna win. So we did a lot.
Nice.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's like getting stuck in the pond,
Oh yeah.
right?
So much fun.
So it's one of them things like
Get
you
yourself
go out-
into a situation
Yeah.
you gotta get out of.
Yeah, and let me go out there with that old pile of junk car and go win some races and win some money. And we're like, king of the world now. But so his car, and then guy that I did some work for, was business partners with for a while. Him and his son had a '79 Camaro, big block car. And it was nitrous car, and I did all the work to weld, fabricate, put together. We twin turboed it, twin 88s. The car made like 2,400 horsepower.
Oh, dang.
Then man, we were competitors with that thing, and so
I've never even heard of something that had that much horsepower. Good lord.
yeah, pretty dumb. And you gotta try to tame it down, right? And the guy driving it was my business partner's son. Andrew was driving it. I mean, 18, 6'2", big old boy, like a wheel. And 18, he's driving stuff like that, and we worked hard, and we could win. We could go beat people, and it was a lot of fun to take stuff that, again, it's that thing of like, make it happen. So you're taking stuff that's, you got some money in it, but it's not as high a class as some people have.
Yeah.
But to go take that deal and beat them,
Beat those.
right? Like, all right,
That's pretty cool.
the possibility is there. And when
Right.
we go do it, there's no better feeling. So relaying that into current time. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of cars. I can't remember all of them. A lot of trucks. A lot of trailers. I'm kind of a trailer junkie. It's weird. You got to have like trailers for stuff.
Oh, I understand. I got one.
You need a
I got a flatbed.
Yeah. So a dump trailer, a couple stock trailers. You got to have the 34-foot triple axle stock trailer. Don't really need it. It was a good deal, and you can haul some stuff,
Right.
and it looks cool, right? It's old. 36-foot flatbed tandem dually. I got my little 20-foot equipment trailer. Like I like to have things I can get stuff done with.
Yeah. No, I
So-
get that. You'd be
and-
surprised of my little 10 by 7.5 foot pop
Yeah.
trailer that I got, single axle, how much stuff, because I drive a Jeep,
Yeah.
so how much stuff I got done when I was doing hot jobs with that little thing, man. I'm telling you, I pull up with the dump sometimes. They're like, man, I'm so impressed that you got tree limbs stacked that freaking high on this. I mean, it's 6 foot above my Jeep, with tree limbs. And I was like, well, I just wanted to get done. It's like out there working all the time and doing that. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
If I was in the, where you were too, having to haul equipment around and do all that kind of stuff, I'd be a junkie as well.
So part of it is to reinvest in what you're doing.
Mhm.
The other part of it is like it's weird, oh man, I could use that trailer.
Right.
So this is messing with big toys, skid steers, getting the road excavators.
Yeah, Blake talked about that the other day.
Yeah, so I kind of taught him how to run an excavator. We were digging stuff at the building downtown, and he showed up, and I'm like, hop in there. What are you gonna mess up? You got not curl the bucket right. Get in there and do it.
Yeah.
Here's how you do it. Here's the basic control, and the only way you're gonna learn is doing
I was
it.
going to say, there's only one way to figure it
That's
out.
it. It's the only way you're gonna learn. Driving tractors. But going from racing cars and driving and being able to do all that, so run equipment, I tend to be fairly good at it, which allowed me the chance to teach other people how to do it.
Yeah.
Because I can tell them what's going on. So this is fun, man. Like we all want. What's better than one driving a tractor? So me and Blake, we had to move a bunch of hay, or I did. Bunch of round bales. I think it was like 400 something round bales in the pasture. And so for shoot, dude, we only had so much time, right? We got jobs, we got kids to take to school and all that. So I think for like 2 weeks, we'd get up at 5 a.m., roll out there and get on tractors, take my old blue Dodge with all the miles on it I told you about it,
Old
my
trusty.
36-foot flatbed, and we stack hay on that trailer, 18, 20 bales at a time, move them up to the front, unload them, and we just had a deal. That's what we did. And man, you get your cup of coffee, you know, in the morning, and it was cold outside.
Yeah.
Nothing better than a crisp morning,
Oh,
a nice
yeah.
cup of coffee, and nobody's up yet. And go out there and go move hay. And so, same thing. Blake's like, yeah, I want to do that. You can go run a tractor. And he'd hop in that old Dodge and we'd pull all those bales. And then, a few times we were just like, how many bales can we stack? You know what I mean? So, like little kids, how much will this thing pull?
Because we're guys.
Yeah, because exactly.
I'm
And
so
so
way too.
we're just stacking them up.
That's why we don't live as long as females.
Correct. Yeah, a little bit dumb. But, man, we just stack them in there. And, and then the truck pulls it up from that pasture out to the front, a half mile or wherever it may be. And we're like, dude, yeah, we did it. We're going to stack that hay out. And that's what it's about, dude. It's so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
And getting to get up and then go home, wake everybody up, get ready for school, do the thing. We've already put in a couple hours,
You've done more. You've done more before anybody else has,
Yeah.
even gotten awake yet.
Yeah. It's just one of them things where good people around you, good friends, and you go do stuff like that. Like, there's nothing better. And then it takes me back. So when I would come work for my uncle, I say work lightly because I didn't know a whole lot when I was growing up. But man, dude, he's the same way today. Years and years of consistency, intentionality, right? 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's getting up going to work, and you're like, all right. So as a kid, yeah, I'm gonna go. You're here for a couple of weeks, whatever. Yeah.
Might as well do something.
Yeah, we're gonna ride out. You know what I'm saying? We're at 4 o'clock. Yeah, we're Cowboys. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wasn't, but I'm gonna try. And go to work. But the coffee, this is so weird. The coffee and that diesel exhaust smell, and that takes you back. And it's like, dude, there's not much more peace than this, because I always learned something with him. I always had something that I was working towards, and I learned to drive a tractor from him. Dude, my uncle is the most trusting person there is, and smart. Like cattle, horses, farming. I mean, if I have a question, he's got an answer because he's done it a lot. And like my cattle now, I'm like, dude, I got this thing. It's anomaly. It's weird. And he knows. Like, oh yeah, you miss this. Problem solved. Oh, okay. That's how I am about cars, but not. So I'm still getting my roots there. But tell me what was he saying? But anyways, he tractor. I think I was 10 or 11. Okay, we're at David Walsh's place, his ranch over off of 916, in between Grandview and one out towards Rio area, and we have brush hogs up shit. We're doing it. I'm not very old, right? I've barely driven this thing. We pull off to this pasture. We pull it in there in the gate, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna mow this pasture." And I'm like, "Okay." In my head, we are mowing this pasture, right? It's a we thing.
Yeah.
I ain't got no mouse in my pocket. It's me and him. We're gonna mow this pasture. And well, all right, yeah, right on. He just walks off. I'm like, all right. So I knew the controls, but I haven't done this, And he walked off, and I set that tone for, I trust you. Try.
Let's
Right?
figure it out.
And I started mowing, and so it sounds so cliche, but it's a true story. That tractor is a New Holland that David owned, and radio in it, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was nice at the time. And I'm rowing. I'm figuring it out. We're doing it. I only hit the fence a couple times. Yeah, didn't swing quite right. And so I got the radio on, and it's even back then. It's like 95.9. You know,
Yeah.
the Wolf. You know, and right. Oh, the Ranch.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the Ranch.
I just
And the Wolf was
offended everybody.
99.5, yeah.
Yeah, I might have just offended everybody. But anyways, 95.9 Ranch, and
Shout out.
yeah, shout out. Yeah.
Great radio
Looking for
station.
sponsors. The Jason Aldean comes on, Amarillo Sky, and literally like a meme, right? A meme,
Yeah.
right? I'm in this tractor at 10 or 11 or something like that, right there, and that comes on. And I mean, I'm farming. You know what I'm saying? We're brush talking, but I'm farming in my head.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm singing this deal, and like that set the tone. Like, this is what I want to do, right? And that's just those key moments. Like I say, you never know what somebody's doing for you. You
Mhm.
never know what that deal's gonna do. So that's one of my experiences. That's how I learned how to drive a tractor, and that's what set the tone. And like working cows. Man, that's my deal now. Like all I want to do, if I could make enough money, which I can't, but with the resources I have and the land available to me, if I can make enough money just working cows, that's all I do.
It does seem like a really fun job. Not gonna lie.
That's all I do. If I can support my family and my kids and all that, like that's it. Like today before this podcast, I'm out there fixing a float on a water trough for my cows out here, and my wife texted me. She said, "Hey, I'm bringing some watermelon out there for the cows. Because the cows like watermelon and peaches and all that. But come out, come check it out, come hang out. You know, you get to sit there and look at them and hang out and have a conversation. Just you and the old lady.
Yeah.
You know, here's some watermelon. The cows, they have to know you almost to come up.
Yeah, we had cows back when we were there.
Yeah.
They're like dogs too, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't see her a lot. We're gonna hang on, but the watermelon and the peaches, it's just one of the things you teach your kids and you bring them out and like life lessons.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do, man. Building stuff, love that too. But really, if I can tell my son, we're gonna go feed the girls, you know, and that's just the cows.
Yeah.
That's the girls.
That's a good lesson for them too. I mean, they get to know where their food
Yeah.
comes from, and
Yeah.
you know, all that good stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy that you just hear. And again, this is a social media thing, you know, that so many people don't even understand that that's where their food comes from, farming and cattle and this and that. They just think it comes from the grocery store.
Yeah.
I mean, it came from something else.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody raised it, something happened, and you know, that's part of it. Like we just had a steer processed, just have the meat bag, which is phenomenal. You know, it's a great time.
I saw a picture of it and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
if you're a ribeye, I was like,
Dude,
oh
yeah,
man, mouth started watering.
Yeah, like the best way to put it is the truth, you know, and so that you get that Alkishi crossbreed in there. But we do take it over to the processor. Like it's hard. Like, I'm an animal person, so I sound too soft. But
That's okay.
the truth is, those steers I had for a while. So I call him a kid. He's 22. What's the kid? I guess I still like I'm 37. So like a kid.
Right.
Owen, he works for me. I was like, look, man, his due dates this day. You gotta take him. You know, it's like, what? I can't do it. I will do it, but like, you work for me, so like you're gonna do it. He's going.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
I
it.
ain't gotta drop him off, you know, at the processor.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I'll do it. It is what it is. You learn that, but
I was
like,
I was
it's
gonna
still
have to
like,
pay, bro. If I had to
dang,
do it.
man, you know, like it's kind of like they end up being your buddies.
I know.
So you got to learn that you don't name the stuff that you're not keeping. And just what we do now. But So I had 2 bulls at one time. I still got one of them. Still, I sold the younger one. But I had the older one. His name was Leonard. The other one was Skinner.
Nice.
So I had a little team. We'd lease them out and stuff. But I got rid of the younger one. We just needed the older one. I made my money up on the young one, so I got rid of them. But that breed is coming up, and that red wagyu is like, it's got a healthy fatty acids in it, and it's got a different chemical makeup. So people that maybe not eat red meat a whole lot can eat that without really getting sick, and it tastes like, and
The marbling, they look great because like you see the pictures of like wagyu and what it looks like, and you're like, okay, well that thing's just mostly fat with a little bit of red meat in there.
right.
This thing was not that.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it looked phenomenal. Like
like
the
a good
marbling
mixture.
was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, you want the red
That
meat.
good, like like I don't know. I would say like 70-30 or
Yeah.
65
Yeah.
35. I mean,
Yeah.
most of it's still that red meat, but it had that marbling.
It's got that
It was so
enough
good.
marbling to make and enough tenderness to make it like, man, it's gonna fall apart in your
Right.
mouth. It's not chewy, and it's gonna fall apart. And you can probably cut with a butter knife, but it's enough meat in there you're getting what you want.
Oh yeah.
And like the hamburger meat, we had it down 75-25. So
So I wouldn't far off.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so they got the ribeyes. I had them done bone in this time.
Oh, I love the bone in stuff,
I
man.
know. So the brisket that came out of that last one was 30 pounds. A 30-pound prime grade brisket. I don't even know what that sells for. You know what the problem is? We're probably not going to sell it. We're going to eat it.
Yeah. Well, I'd feel a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, 30-pound brisket coming out of that dude. And so we're going to have to, you put this much effort in, you might as well enjoy it. You can't sell all of it. We're going to save some for the restaurant stuff. But me and that bonehead ribeye, I went and I gave Michael Hammond one today. So you might as well try it out.
Yeah.
Michael's been on the carnivore thing for a long time. So I'm like, try this meat out. I just gave it to him today, so we'll see what his feedback is. But we're going to do something cool. We want to do a cookout. So that's the idea, is bring people in, family in, your family, Blake's family, my family, here we can grab. We'll cook out.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
we'll grill up, we'll do some steaks up. And do some hamburgers and just try some different cuts. I like to do the steaks. And everybody has it done a different way. I like to sear them, both sides. Hit them, depending on my temperature and all that. And then I'll throw them in the oven at like 350. Depending on how much I want to cook. If I'm going for medium rare, I'll do 5 to 8 minutes on 350 with that sear. Get that crust on it.
Mhm.
And then it comes out of the oven. You put it on the grill too long, it's like it doesn't cook right.
Yeah.
Putting that oven on that nice controlled heat,
Mhm.
dude.
So what I like to do, I have a Blackstone,
Okay, perfect.
and I smother butter all over one side of it, and then season it with garlic, salt, and pepper.
Yeah.
And then I go through that sucker when it's rolling smoke off of that.
Yeah.
It's so hot. I throw it down on there, and then I spread butter on the other side, and then season it with garlic, salt, and pepper.
Yeah.
And then, so it gets a good, nice crust on it.
Yep. There you go.
And then, I take temperature. I usually pull mine when it's, around 120 or so. Throw it in a metal pan, put the lid on it, and then my wife, she likes hers medium well. So when she gets up to like 138, somewhere in there, I'll pull it, and I let them rest for like 7 to 10 minutes, and then let them rest a minute on the plate.
Yeah.
Man, it hits.
Yeah. I haven't eaten all day.
I haven't either. I was so hungry.
This is not good for me.
Well, we've done
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, we could go ahead and call it. Let's go get some food.
I mean, we get some food. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Dude.
I couldn't do this without y'all. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody wants to sit here and listen to me talk about myself. So.
No, probably not. But we the platform, what we get to do, and I think it's going to grow.
I hope so. I mean, and again, if nobody listens, I'm kind of okay with that. I was really scared about putting this thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a little nervous, but
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that if you get nervous, you'll lean into it a little bit. You
Yeah,
know?
that's right.
And, so,
Yeah.
um,
Get out of your comfort zone.
yeah, but I think it's important.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
and I want to get these people on. They're doing really cool things, and I'm sure it'll eventually get to where I can actually have people on, and it's like, all right, now we just sit here and talk shit or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So like it's kind of like a Joe Rogan type.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of
It's
shooting for.
important. Like you get the information. So I really appreciate it, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. And we're gonna keep pushing it, try to get you farther. It'll work.
And I'm gonna keep pushing you guys, man, and yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Cool.
Thanks,
Thanks,
brother.
sir.
All right, see y'all later.